Hello everyone, this is Professor Merin here with another topic that is gymnosperm. This has been taken from chapter 3, subject biology, class 11. So आज हम लोग gymnosperms के बारे में पढ़ेंगे. So what are gymnosperm? Gymnosperm, the word has been taken from Greek, okay, Greek language where gymnos का मतलब होता है naked, that is open, and sperma का मतलब होता है seed. So gymnosperm का मतलब होता है these are the plants with exposed or naked seeds or ovules. So इसमें जो बीज होते हैं वो fruit के अंदर नहीं होते हैं. Okay, they are exposed. So that's why they are called as gymnosperms. These plants represent the most ancient group of seed plants, and that means these are plants which are supposed to be believed that these were the one of the earliest evolved plants. They have been generally placed in the division Spermatophyta, that is seed bearing plants, along with angiosperm. So earlier क्या होता था कि जिम्नोस्पर्म को सेपरेटली क्लासिफाई नहीं किया जाता था, इसको स्पर्मेटोफाइटा के अंतर्गत ही रखा जाता था, जिसके अंतर्गत एंजियोस्पर्म्स होते थे, दैट इज द फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स वर इंक्लूडेड अर्लियर. They were not grouped separately as gymnosperms. But later, Robert Brown in the year 1827, he separated them from angiosperm and placed under a distinct group due to the presence of unprotected ovules or the seeds in them. Okay, so the gymnosperm originated much earlier than the angiosperm. However, most of the members of this group have now become extinct. So जिम्नोस्पर्म को बोला जाता है कि वो बहुत पहले ही इवॉल्व हो गए थे, लेकिन अभी बहुत सारे जिम्नोस्पर्म गायब हो चुके हैं, एक्सटिंक्ट हो चुके हैं. ओनली फ्यू ऑफ द लिविंग फॉर्म्स आर नोन टुडे, एंड द लिविंग जिम्नोस्पर्म्स आर जनरली ग्रुप्ड अंडर 4 ऑर्डर्स. सो इनको 4 ऑर्डर्स के अंदर क्लासिफाई किया गया है, जैसे कि साइकोडेल्स, जिंकोएल्स, कोनिफ्रेल्स एंड नीटेल्स. यहाँ जी साइलेंट होता है तो इसीलिए नीटेल्स कहते हैं. देन जिम्नोस्पर्म्स इंक्लूड मीडियम साइज ट्रीज और टॉल ट्रीज एंड श्रब्स. सो इनके अंतर्गत जो मीडियम साइज प्लांट्स होते हैं या फिर ट्रीज होते हैं या फिर बहुत लंबे ट्रीज होते हैं या फिर श्रब्स होते हैं, बुशीज, बुशी टाइप ऑफ प्लांट्स. सो वो आते हैं इनके अंतर्गत. लेकिन द मेन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक इज दे हैव ओपन सीड्स और द नेकेड सीड्स. One of the gymnosperm, the giant redwood, the tree which is known as sequoia, is one of the tallest tree species. So please remember this name, that is sequoia. It is one of the tallest tree species which comes under gymnosperms. Then, what are the characteristics of gymnosperm? So let us understand, इनके roots कैसे होते हैं, stem कैसे होते हैं या फिर leaves कैसे होते हैं. So roots, here most of the gymnosperms contain tap roots. So usually you have two types of roots, tap roots and fibrous roots. Whereas here in gymnosperm, most of the trees contain tap roots, and some genera have fungal association in the form of mycorrhiza. So जब root का fungus के साथ association होता है, उनको बोलते हैं mycorrhiza, and it is a symbiotic association. So they help each other. This has been seen in pinus. Okay. In some cases like cycas, so there is a typo error, it is CYCAS, please make a change. Yes, in cycas, what happens that the roots, there are tiny roots which are called as coralloid roots. These are associated with nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria. Here again it's a symbiotic association. The cyanobacteria helps in fixing nitrogen. Okay, so what about the stem? Here the stems can be unbranched like in cycas, or it can be branched like in pinus and citrus. So stems branch unbranched भी हो सकते हैं, जैसे कि cycas में दिखता है, या फिर branched हो सकता है, टहनियाँ उनकी बहुत सारे टहनियाँ निकली हो सकती हैं, जैसे कि pinus और citrus में. इनके पत्ते कैसे होते हैं? So how do the leaves look? These can be simple or compound. Then the leaves in gymnosperms are well adapted to withstand extremes of temperature, humidity and wind. So इनमें जो leaves होते हैं वो बहुत ही strong होते हैं. They can bear extreme temperature, जो कि बहुत high temperature या फिर बहुत low temperature they can withstand. Even high humidity and even wind. So they are quite stronger than the normal leaves which are found in angiosperms. Then in cycas, the pinnate leaves persist for few years. So usually normal plants में क्या होता है, autumn के सीज़न या फिर पतझड़ के सीज़न में पत्ते गिर जाते हैं, झड़ जाते हैं. लेकिन इनमें जो होता है दैट इज़ इन साइकस फॉर एग्जांपल, कई सालों तक these leaves can stay there on the plants. Then in conifers the needle like leaves reduce the surface area. So in conifers में क्या होता है, जो पत्ते होते हैं वो एकदम सुई के जैसे रहते हैं, एंड दे हैव थिक क्यूटिकल्स, so उनका जो ऊपर का कोट होता है, कवरिंग होता है, बहुत मोटा होता है, एंड इवन द स्टोमेटा आर वेरी स्मॉल, sunken, and hence it reduces the water loss. So water loss, loss of water बहुत कम होता है इनमें. Then so that's about the root, stem and the leaf. So let us see how do they reproduce. Here the gymnosperm are heterosporous, मतलब जिम्नोस्पर्म्स में जो स्पोर्स प्रोड्यूस होते हैं, मेल स्पोर्स एंड फीमेल स्पोर्स, वो डिफरेंट साइजेस के होते हैं, इसीलिए उनको हेटेरोस्पोरस कहा जाता है. The male spores are nothing but the microspores and the female spores are nothing but the megaspores, and both are haploid in nature. So when they are produced, both are haploid. Okay, and where are they produced? They are produced in the sexual organ which is called as the sporangia, and that are borne on sporophylls. So sporangia के चारों तरफ स्पोरोफिल्स होते हैं, पत्ते जैसे कुछ स्ट्रक्चर्स होते हैं जिनको स्पोरोफिल्स कहते हैं. एंड दीज फॉर्म, ये जो पत्ते जैसे स्ट्रक्चर होते हैं, ये खुद एक स्ट्रक्चर बन जाते हैं जिनको कि हम स्ट्रोबले या फिर कोन कह सकते हैं. सो दीज स्पोरोफिल्स which are arranged spirally along an axis, they form a lax or a compact strobili or cones. Okay, cones form हो जाते हैं. The strobili bearing microsporophylls and microsporangia are called as microsporangiate or male strobili. So यहाँ पे फीमेल स्ट्रोबले एंड मेल स्ट्रोबले होते हैं. मेल स्ट्रोबले को माइक्रोस्पोरेंजिएट कहते हैं, जिसके अंतर्गत आपको मेल स्पोर्स मिल जाते हैं या फिर माइक्रोस्पोर्स फॉर्म होते हैं. देन these microspores develop into a male gametophyte. So we are again combining the life cycle and the reproduction part, where the microspores, that is the male spores, develop into male gametophyte. So ये spores germinate होके male gametophyte, male plant produce करते हैं. Okay, and these spores are very small, just like the pollen grain. Then the cones bearing megasporophylls. So ये the cones which contain megasporophylls with ovules or megasporangia are called as macrosporangiate. So इसमें क्या होता है कि ये फीमेल सेक्स ऑर्गन होता है, that is megasporangia is a female sex organ, microsporangia is a male sex organ. So remember that. So megasporangia, they are called as the megasporangiate or female strobili. So ये जो मेगास्पोरोफिल्स होते हैं उनको बोलते हैं मैक्रोस्पोरेंजिएट और फीमेल स्ट्रोबलाई. Here what happens, the megaspore mother cell is differentiated from one of the cells of the nucellus. So nucellus में से एक सेल बड़ा हो जाता है, उसको बोलते हैं megaspore mother cell, and it is protected by envelopes, and the composite structure is called as an ovule. So the entire structure here is called as an ovule. Then the megaspore mother cell divides meiotically to form 4 megaspores. So usually हम देखते हैं कि मेल गैमेट जब फॉर्म होता है तब meiotic division it undergoes and 4 spores are formed. But here the megaspore mother cell, that is the female, the female spores are formed by meiotic division here. So one of the megaspores enclosed within the megasporangium or the nucellus, this develops into a multicellular female gametophyte that bears 2 or more archegonia or female sex organs. I repeat, the megaspore mother cells undergoes meiotic division, giving rise to 4 megaspores. इन 4 मेगास्पोर्स में से एक मेगास्पोर जो होता है वो उधर ही, ओके, इट इज़ एनक्लोज्ड विद इन द मेगास्पोरेंजियम, एंड वो खुद एक नए पौधे में, ओके, फीमेल प्लांट, दैट इज़ फीमेल गैमेटोफाइट में ग्रो होता है, और उसी में दैट विल कैरी और दैट विल फॉर्म, दैट विल गिव राइज टू आर्कीगोनिया, दैट इज़ फीमेल सेक्स ऑर्गन. ओके, देन द मल्टीसेलर फीमेल गैमेटोफाइट, जो यहाँ पे फीमेल गैमेटोफाइट फॉर्म हुआ है, दिस ऑल्सो रिटेन्ड विद इन द मेगास्पोरेंजियम. ये मेगास्पोरेंजियम के अंतर्गत ही होता है. देन unlike bryophytes and pteridophytes, In gymnosperms, the male and the female gametophytes do not have an independent free living existence. So यहाँ पे मेल एंड फीमेल गैमेटोफाइट जो होते हैं वो अपने अपने स्पोरेंजियम के अंदर ही होते हैं. ठीक है. Yes. Then they remain within the sporangia. That's what I said. Retain on the sporophyte. So sporophyte के ऊपर ही ये दोनों रहते हैं. That is the male and the female gametophytes. Then the pollen grain is released from the microsporangium. So male sex organ से pollen grains release होता है, which is carried in the air current. So ये हवा के द्वारा travel करके किसके contact में आते हैं? They come in contact with the ovules, okay, which are present within the megasporophylls. Then the pollen tube carrying the male gametes. It's like normal generation of the germination of the pollen grains which occurs in normal flowering plants. It is similar to that. Here also there is formation of pollen tube which carry the male gametes, and this grows towards the archegonia, that is the female sex organ, into the ovules and discharge their contents, that is the male gametes, near the mouth of the archegonia. And then what happens? The male gamete fuses with the ovum and hence it undergoes fertilization. That is, the process of fusion of male and female gamete is known as fertilization. Then what forms is the zygote. It develops into an embryo and the ovules into the seeds. So the zygote होता है वो embryo form होता है और जो ovules होते हैं वो seeds form होते हैं. And where are the embryos? They are present within the seeds. And these seeds आर नेकड. सो वो ऐसे ही फॉर्म होते हैं. उसके चारों तरफ जो फ्लैशी पार्ट होता है जो नॉर्मल फ्रूट्स में होता है वो नहीं पाए जाते हैं. ओके, दिस इज द लाइफ साइकिल. सो वट एवर आई हैव एक्सप्लेन जस्ट नाउ, this is the picture showing the entire scenario of the life cycle. Now this is the sporophyte. Yes, this contains the male, this is the female sex organ and the male sex organ, where the female sex organ gives rise to the ovule or the archegonia, within which there is ovule. Okay, and then you can see that within the ovule there is a special type of cell which is known as the megasporocyte, which undergoes meiotic division forming 4 megaspores. Yes, so this megasporocyte can also be called as megaspore mother cells, which undergo meiotic division or the reductional division forming 4 megaspores. Okay, then here if you see the male gametophyte gives rise to the male cone or whatever. Then you have the formation of microspores or microsporocyte again, which gives rise to microspores, which are again haploid, and further they are released near the mouth of the female sex organ or the archegonia. And then those once the microspores fall onto it, what will happen? There is formation of pollen tube. Yes, and the pollen tube go deep inside the ovule and fertilize the egg. Okay, so egg fertilization will occur, and then what will happen? It will lead to the formation of zygote, and this zygote will form the embryo, and further the ovule of the surrounding the embryo, it will form a seed. So that is the life cycle here. Okay, so this is the diploid life cycle where everything is diploid in nature, whereas here everything is haploid. Everything in the sense I'm talking about the the megaspores and the microspores, and microspores may give rise to separate gametophyte, and megaspores may give rise to separate gametophyte, that again will be haploid. But after fusion, once the zygote is formed, and whatever is formed from the zygote will be again diploid. So that's the life cycle of gymnosperm. Thank you so much. I hope you all understood. Any doubt, any clarification, you can message me there. I will try my best to answer your question. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.